The story begins in the heart of England, during the early medieval period, where a series of powerful Anglo-Saxon kings ruled over the land, each leaving a lasting legacy before the impending Norman conquest. King Aethelstan, often hailed as the first king of England, expanded his realm significantly, unifying various kingdoms and establishing a sense of shared identity among the Anglo-Saxon people. The pivotal Battle of Brunanburh became a defining moment as Aethelstan's forces triumphed against a coalition of invaders, solidifying his power and showcasing the resilience of the Anglo-Saxon kings. Following Aethelstan, King Edward the Elder continued to strengthen the kingdom, fostering alliances and promoting Christianity, which led to significant cultural and educational developments. As time progressed, the reign of King Ethelred the Unready was marked by challenges from Viking invasions that constantly threatened the stability of the kingdom, leading to desperate measures and difficult decisions. In a controversial move, King Ethelred ordered the St. Brice's Day massacre against the Danes, which resulted in tragic consequences, further escalating hostilities and bloodshed across the land. After years of strife, King Ethelred was forced to flee to Normandy, leaving behind a fractured kingdom struggling to recover from the relentless Viking onslaught that had ravaged its cities. King Edmund Ironside emerged as a beacon of hope, leading his people into battle against the Vikings, fighting fiercely to defend their land and reclaim their sovereignty during the turbulent times. Despite his bravery, King Edmund faced treachery and betrayal, realizing that even the strongest warriors could not fight alone. Thus, he sought to unite the fractured kingdoms against their common enemy. Betrayed by those he trusted, King Edmund's pursuit of unity ultimately led to his demise, culminating in a fierce battle that would determine the fate of the kingdom and seal the legacy of the Anglo-Saxon rulers. With the fall of King Edmund, King Canute ascended to power, marking the end of the Anglo-Saxon reign and ushering in a new era as the Danes took control, forever changing the course of English history. As King Canute was crowned with great fanfare, he began to implement reforms that fostered trade and prosperity, transforming England into a thriving kingdom where cultures intertwined and the scars of war began to heal. King Canute, recognizing the need for harmony, sought to bridge the divide between Anglo-Saxons and Danes, forging alliances that would pave the way for a more unified England. Under King Canute's rule, a period of prosperity emerged, characterized by cultural growth and cultural exchange, as former foes began to build bridges through cooperation and shared experiences. With the establishment of his law code, King Canute aimed to bring fairness and order to society, encouraging a sense of trust among his people as they worked together to build a brighter future. As community spirit flourished, King Canute became not just a ruler, but a respected figure among his people, celebrating their achievements and fostering a deep sense of belonging and pride throughout the kingdom. In the twilight of his reign, King Canute inspired hope for a harmonious England where all classes could gather as one, reflecting on their shared past and looking forward to a prosperous future without the shadow of war. The year is 1066, and a momentous event unfolds as William the Conqueror arrives on the shores of England, heralding the beginning of the Norman conquest. With his heart set on claiming the English throne, William rallies his troops, igniting a fierce determination in their hearts as they ready themselves for battle against King Harold. As the two armies collide at Hastings, the air fills with the sounds of battle, each warrior fighting with everything they have to secure victory for their leader. Amidst the fury of battle, tragedy strikes as King Harold falls, marking a pivotal moment that shifts the tide in favor of the Normans. With Harold defeated, William surveys the aftermath, realizing that this hard-fought victory has forever altered the course of English history. Crowned as King of England, William embraces his newfound power, forging a new future for the realm as the echoes of conquest resonate throughout the land. In the wake of victory, William begins to strategize his reign, grappling with the lofty task of uniting a fractured kingdom under Norman rule. As William's authority solidifies, the Norman lords convene to establish laws, while the landscape of England begins to change, blending traditions old and new. With the construction of grand castles, William's presence is felt across the land, and the vibrant marketplaces reflect the beginnings of a thriving society under his reign. As history is recorded, the tales of bravery and struggle from the Battle of Hastings are immortalized while William contemplates the lasting impact of his conquest. In the shadow of newly built fortresses, the preparation for future conflicts continues, while everyday life goes on weaving resilience into the fabric of society. In the heart of the castle, festivities erupt as William and his followers celebrate their victories, uniting the realm through shared stories and camaraderie. As William speaks to his people, he reflects on the challenges ahead, nurturing hopes of unity and prosperity amidst the uncertainty of their shared future. From the heights of his castle, William contemplates his legacy, aware that the path to stability is fraught with potential conflicts that could endanger his reign. Strategic discussions unfold around the future of the realm, while the local populace adjusts to new alliances, striving to thrive under the changing landscape. As tensions rise, negotiations become a battleground of wills, with each side fighting for their beliefs while skirmishes echo throughout the land. In the shadows of soaring cathedrals, the community seeks solace in faith, while William reflects on the moral weight of his decisions as a ruler. As life unfolds in the villages, joy and laughter resonate in the air, hinting at the potential for a harmonious coexistence despite the shadows of conflict. In the halls of power, William strives to lay the foundation for a new order, drafting laws that aim to bridge the divide between conquerors and the conquered. Under the cover of dark, in the midst of 12th century England, a formidable ruler emerged, Henry II, the son of Empress Matilda. His rise to power was marked by ambition and resilience, changing the course of history forever. As he ascended to the throne, Henry II faced numerous challenges, from civil wars to rebellions, yet he remained steadfast in his quest to unite and strengthen his realm. His marriage to Eleanor of Aquitaine not only brought him love, but also vast lands. Together they forged a powerful alliance that shifted the balance of power in medieval Europe. Throughout his reign, Henry II grappled with the complex relationship between the monarchy and the church, exemplified by his tumultuous dealings with Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury. As tensions escalated, the clash between their ideals led to a dramatic fallout, culminating in the tragic murder of Becket, which shocked the kingdom and left an indelible mark on Henry's reign. In the wake of Becket's murder, Henry II faced public outrage and guilt, compelling him to seek redemption through acts of penance that would define the latter part of his rule. As time passed and his health waned, the internal struggles within his family grew more pronounced, leading to rebellions from his own sons, who sought to claim the throne for themselves. In a heart-wrenching culmination of familial discord, Henry II faced his sons not only as a king, but also as a father, battling the devastating consequences of loyalty lost and trust shattered. As his reign drew to a close, Henry II's reflections on power and legacy were met with both pride and sorrow, knowing that his tumultuous journey had forever shaped the future of England. Upon his death, the kingdom mourned a complex legacy. Henry II was remembered not just as a king, but as a figure who navigated the turbulent waters of medieval politics, forever leaving an imprint on history. In the lush valleys of France, Henry II's final resting place became a quiet reminder of a king whose ambitions shaped nations, as stories of his reign continued to be passed down through generations. Long after his passing, the impact of Henry II resonated through history, inspiring debates among historians and dramatists alike, eager to unravel the complexities of his reign. In classrooms across the world, the legacy of Henry II lived on, sparking curiosity and inspiring young minds to explore the intricacies of history and the lessons it holds for the future. Today, the story of Henry II continues to captivate audiences as scholars and enthusiasts delve into the complexities of his life, ensuring that the lessons of his reign are never forgotten. Celebrations and reenactments breathe life into the past, as communities come together to honor the legacy of Henry II, reminding us of the enduring impact of history on our collective identity. Generations connect with the past through immersive experiences, allowing families to explore the legacy of Henry. Henry Tudor emerged victorious from the turbulent Wars of the Roses, claiming the throne of England and marking the beginning of a new dynasty. Seated upon the throne of England, Henry VII now ruled with a firm hand, commanding respect from the nobles who surrounded him in his grand court. As Henry VII consolidated his power, he meticulously mapped the political landscape of England, forging alliances and plans to secure a stable future for his reign. In the spirit of victory, Henry VII hosted extravagant celebrations, bringing joy to his court and reinforcing loyalty among his supporters. Henry VII articulated his vision for a united England, drawing upon the rich tapestry of his family's history, while diligently working on reforms to solidify his legacy. Confronted by rebellious factions, Henry VII engaged in tense negotiations, striving to secure peace while asserting his authority through royal decrees. Amidst the tranquility of his garden, Henry VII found solace in his accomplishments, knowing that his bond with the people was crucial to the stability of his reign. During crucial council meetings, Henry VII listened intently to his advisors, ensuring that every decision made would benefit the realm and its citizens. As Henry VII paraded through the streets of London, he was met with cheers and adoration from his subjects, instilling a sense of hope and unity across the kingdom. In pursuit of strengthening England's position, Henry VII engaged with foreign ambassadors, fostering alliances that would shape the future of his reign. As a just king, Henry VII opened his court to the voices of commoners, ensuring that his rule was marked by fairness and a keen sense of duty. Artisans began creating a grand tapestry that celebrated Henry VII's victories, capturing the spirit of his reign and the unity he inspired across England. With an eye on Europe, Henry VII meticulously planned his strategies, determined to secure England's future and protect his realm from potential threats. To celebrate the achievement reign, Henry VII hosted a magnificent feast, fostering relationships among his nobles and ensuring the spirit of unity thrived. In the quiet moments of reflection, Henry VII pondered the legacy he would leave behind, striving to secure a prosperous future for his family and kingdom. From his castle balcony, Henry VII gazed out over his lands, contemplating the responsibilities that came with kingship and the trust his subjects placed in him. Henry VII inspired confidence among his troops as he led a military parade, reinforcing their loyalty and readiness to defend the kingdom against any adversary. In the serenity of the royal gardens, Henry VII found solace in moments spent with his queen, reminding him of the importance of love and partnership in his reign. As he held the newly crafted crown, Henry VII reflected on the legacy he hoped to pass on, envisioning a future filled with promise and stability. Elizabeth I, the daughter of Henry VIII, emerged from the shadows of her tumultuous lineage to become one of England's most iconic monarchs, ruling with intellect and a fierce determination that reshaped her nation's destiny. In a time marked by political intrigue and religious conflict, Elizabeth wielded her power deftly, navigating the treacherous waters of court life while fostering a sense of national pride and unity. As the leader of England, Elizabeth not only championed military victories, but also cultivated the arts, igniting a cultural renaissance that celebrated creativity and innovation. Her charisma and intelligence drew some of the greatest minds of her time to her court, allowing figures like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe to flourish under her reign. Elizabeth's reign, often called the Elizabethan Age, was marked by exploration and discovery as adventurers set sail for new lands, expanding England's influence across the globe. Her diplomatic prowess allowed her to maintain a delicate balance of power in Europe, skillfully navigating relationships with other nations while safeguarding her own. As a patron of the arts, Elizabeth not only encouraged the flourishing of theatre and poetry, but also set an example of how a queen could be both a ruler and a cultural icon. Her fierce independence and refusal to marry earned her the title of the Virgin Queen, allowing her to maintain control over her kingdom without the influence of a husband. Despite facing numerous obstacles, Elizabeth's unwavering spirit and strategic mind left an indelible mark on history, ensuring that her legacy would endure for generations to come. In her twilight years, Elizabeth remained a beacon of strength for her people, embodying the spirit of an era defined by resilience, creativity, and a quest for greatness. As she neared the end of her reign, Elizabeth's thoughts turned to the future of England, knowing that her decisions would shape the nation's path long after she was gone. Her death marked the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire countless generations, illustrating the profound impact of her rule on both England and the world. Long after her passing, Elizabeth I remains a subject of fascination and study, as her reign is frequently revisited for its innovation strength and the rich tapestry of events that defined her time. Her speeches and resolve during times of conflict became legendary, solidifying her reputation as a formidable leader who understood the balance between power and compassion. Through her patronage of the arts and engagement in cultural affairs, Elizabeth I not only shaped her reign, but also carved a lasting influence on English literature and the arts. Her reign was characterized by careful diplomacy and strategic maneuvers, ensuring that England emerged as a powerful player on the European stage, respected both for its culture and military strength. The challenges of alliance building and treachery were constant during her reign, but Elizabeth's ability to... Following the death of Queen Elizabeth I, the air was thick with uncertainty in England, as her distant cousin James III of Scotland prepared to inherit the throne, marking the end of the Tudor dynasty and the beginning of a new chapter in English history. Upon his arrival in London, jubilant crowds gathered to welcome their new monarch, hoping for a reign filled with prosperity and peace, while King James I took his place at the helm, determined to unite both England and Scotland. In the grand chambers of his newly claimed court, King James I engaged with his advisors, navigating the complexities of governance and laying the groundwork for a united kingdom as the vision of the Union Jack began to take form. As King James I convened with Parliament, he passionately articulated his views on governance and the divine right of kings, igniting spirited debates that would shape the relationship between the throne and its subjects. Amidst the opulence of the royal court, King James I held grand banquets that celebrated culture and diplomacy, while also indulging his own love for literature, inviting writers and thinkers to flourish under his patronage. Embracing the flourishing arts, King James I became a patron of theatre, reveling in performances that mirrored the complexities of his reign, while forging a notable friendship with playwright William Shakespeare, exchanging ideas on the nature of power. In a chilling twist of fate, the Gunpowder Plot emerged as a dark conspiracy aimed at assassinating King James I, leading to a tense atmosphere that tested the resilience of his reign and evoked a call for vigilance and unity among the people. With the thwarting of the Gunpowder Plot, King James took to the streets to commemorate the event, symbolizing resilience and unity, while his court began to strengthen their loyalty amidst the shadows of conspiracy. In the wake of the plots against him, King James I diligently worked with his advisors to formulate policies aimed at bolstering national security, while privately grappling with the weight of leadership and envisioning a stable future for his realm. Determined to restore faith in his governance, King James I publicly announced reforms designed to ensure stability, emphasizing the importance of his bond with the citizenry during a time of uncertainty. Recognizing the power of words, King James I oversaw the translation of the Bible into English, aiming to make scripture accessible to all, while nurturing his own spiritual connection through prayer and reflection. In the spirit of celebration, King James I hosted grand banquets, not only to feast, but to honor the flourishing arts and culture of his era, encouraging dialogue with artists and thinkers to further enrich his kingdom. With a vision for expansion, King James I rallied explorers and adventurers, igniting excitement for new discoveries beyond the horizon as ships set sail towards the unknown realm. George I, born in Germany, unexpectedly became the King of Great Britain, marking the beginning of the Hanoverian dynasty and changing the course of English history. Upon his arrival, George I faced skepticism from a populace divided in their loyalty, yet he quickly began to establish his presence and authority amid mounting challenges. As the war raged on, George I demonstrated his dedication to Britain by supporting military campaigns, striving to strengthen his kingdom's position in Europe. Despite the challenges he faced, George I worked to unify his subjects both in England and Hanover, fostering a sense of connection and shared destiny among his people. In his quest to stabilize his reign, George I initiated significant reforms that not only modernized the British government, but also altered the relationship between the monarchy and Parliament. As political tensions simmered, George I relied heavily on his advisors to navigate the complexities of governance, aiming to maintain stability and secure his reign. In the heart of political debate, George I found himself balancing the demands of his subjects with the expectations of Parliament, knowing that every decision could shape the legacy of his rule. While his court flourished with culture and celebration, the sentiments of the public remained varied as many questioned the authenticity of George I's connection to his new kingdom. As tensions in Europe escalated, George I recognized the importance of military strength, striving to unite his forces while deftly maneuvering through shifting alliances to protect his kingdom. With every diplomatic effort, George V aimed to secure peace for both Britain and Hanover, skillfully balancing the expectations of two nations under his rule. Challenges arose as discontent brewed among certain factions, forcing George I to confront the complexities of governance and the diverse needs of his subjects. In an effort to rally support George, I took to the streets connecting with his citizens, while also cherishing quiet moments with his family away from the pressures of the crown. In the solitude of his study, King George I pondered his decisions, fully aware that every choice would echo through history and shape the lives of countless citizens. Amidst the grandeur of royal events, George I also recognized the importance of education, fostering a new generation that would carry the torch of progress forward. With a heavy heart, George, I made moments of mercy amid the swirling storms of political unrest, striving to lead his kingdom through troubled waters while aiming for unity. From his lofty balcony, King George I envisioned a brighter future for his kingdom, knowing that every strategic decision made with his advisors would shape the path ahead. In moments of remembrance, King George I honored the sacrifices made for the crown, while also nurturing the joyful spirit of his people through celebrations that united them in culture. As the sun set on another day of governance, Queen Victoria's reign marked an era of unprecedented power and influence for Britain, transforming it into one of the leading global empires. Her legacy is not just in the territories expanded, but also in the cultural shifts she inspired. From the moment she ascended the throne, Queen Victoria embraced her role with a sense of duty and determination, navigating the complexities of governance while balancing her personal life. Her reign was characterized by significant social and economic changes that defined the Victorian era. The partnership between Queen Victoria and Prince Albert was not only rooted in love, but also in a shared vision for a modern and prosperous Britain. Together they championed cultural advancement, science and education, leaving a lasting impact on society. As the Industrial Revolution transformed Britain, Queen Victoria took a keen interest in the welfare of her people, advocating for reforms that would improve working conditions and social justice. Her Golden Jubilee was a reflection of her enduring popularity and the profound impact she had on the nation. Throughout her reign, Queen Victoria faced numerous challenges, including wars and political strife, yet she remained a steadfast symbol of resilience and hope for her subjects. Her legacy continues to be celebrated in monuments and historical narratives, cementing her status as one of Britain's most iconic monarchs. The death of Queen Victoria marked the end of an era eliciting deep sorrow across the British Empire, as people from all walks of life honored her contributions. Her influence on education and the dissemination of knowledge about the monarchy continues to shape how future generations understand her reign. Queen Victoria's reign was marked by remarkable innovation and creativity, as the Great Exhibition showcased the technological marvels of the time, reflecting the spirit of progress. Her extensive family connections not only solidified alliances, but also established her as the grandmother of Europe, intertwining royal legacies across the continent. The Diamond Jubilee of Queen Victoria was a grand celebration, uniting the nation in joy and pride for her unparalleled service and dedication to the British Empire. In her quieter moments, she cherished her role as a grandmother, reflecting a softer side of her personality that often contrasted with her formidable public image. Queen Victoria played a crucial role in shaping the legislative framework of her time, often seen as a guiding force behind significant political changes. The cultural practices, such as the art of afternoon tea, flourished under her reign, highlighting the importance of social gatherings in fostering community among the upper and middle classes. The Isle of Wight served as a serene haven for Queen Victoria, where she sought solace away from the demands of the crown and immersed herself in nature. The Anglo-Saxon period marked a significant era in English history, beginning with the arrival of Germanic tribes in the 5th century and shaping the cultural landscape for centuries to come. During this time, the Old English language emerged, evolving from a mix of Germanic dialects and leaving a profound impact on the evolution of modern English. Anglo-Saxon society was structured around powerful kings and their loyal followers, where mead halls served as central places for community gatherings and storytelling, fostering a rich oral tradition. The craftsmanship of the Anglo-Saxons is showcased through their stunning jewelry and artifacts, often found in archaeological sites illuminating the skills and beliefs of these early inhabitants. Viking invasions posed significant challenges to Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, leading to battles that would define the landscape of power and influence across England. Literature flourished in the Anglo-Saxon era, with notable works like Beowulf capturing the imagination and values of a society deeply rooted in heroism and adventure. The spread of Christianity transformed Anglo-Saxon culture, leading to the establishment of monasteries as centers of learning and preserving literary works for future generations. Trade and agriculture flourished during the Anglo-Saxon period as communities thrived on barter systems and farming practices that sustained their daily lives. Military prowess was paramount in Anglo-Saxon society, where warriors trained rigorously to defend their lands and assert their dominance in the face of external threats. Festivals played a vital role in fostering community bonds where people gathered to celebrate the changing seasons and share meals that reflected their rich cultural heritage. Burial customs reflected the beliefs of the Anglo-Saxons regarding life and death, as lavish graves symbolized status and the hope for an elevated existence in the afterlife. The Anglo-Saxon period was marked by the establishment of several kingdoms, each contributing to the rich heritage and identity of early England, while knowledge of herbal medicine played a crucial role in daily life. Farming was the backbone of Anglo-Saxon life, sustaining families and communities as they embraced both their ancient customs and the new Christian beliefs that influenced their spiritual lives. Maritime activities provided essential resources for Anglo-Saxon communities, fostering trade routes and adventurous explorations that expanded their horizons across the seas. Celebrations within the Great Halls were integral to Anglo-Saxon culture, where tales of heroism and camaraderie reinforced community ties and kept legends alive through generations. Conflict was a common reality for Anglo-Saxons, as raids and battles shaped the political landscape. Yet amidst the chaos, personal connections and family bonds thrived in their homes. Religious devotion was woven into the fabric of Anglo-Saxon life, where monastic communities played a pivotal role in preserving knowledge and spreading Christian teachings throughout the land. Harvest festivals were moments. In the heart of England stands Windsor Castle, a symbol of centuries of royal history, where the transformation of a dynasty unfolds before our eyes. As time marches on, Windsor Castle evolves, embracing change while holding on to its rich heritage, becoming a focal point for royal celebrations and significant events. Within these storied walls, the royal family comes together, creating cherished memories that blend tradition and modern celebration, all against the backdrop of their iconic home. Every day the castle comes alive with rituals like the changing of the guard, while its grounds provide a playground for the next generation of royals, intertwining duty and delight. As the sun sets over Windsor, the castle stands majestic, playing host to unforgettable events like royal weddings where love and legacy intertwine under its historic roof. From the grand balconies where they greet the nation to quiet moments of reflection, Windsor Castle serves as a backdrop for the royal family's journey through joy and responsibility. In every season, Windsor Castle transforms, inviting both the royal family and the public to celebrate together, embodying the spirit of unity and joy throughout the year. As a beacon of history, Windsor Castle continues to inspire future generations, fostering a sense of pride and curiosity among young minds who walk its storied halls. Windsor Castle thrives in every season, inviting visitors to experience its natural beauty while holding memories of royal families who cherished these grounds for generations. As day fades into night, Windsor Castle stands as a beacon of history, hosting festivities that blend elegance and joy, reminding all of the enduring legacy of the crown. Within the castle's rich tapestry of history, artifacts tell stories of past glories, while contemporary events transform the grounds into lively arenas of cultural celebration. As autumn arrives, Windsor Castle remains a steadfast presence, fostering connections between the royal family and the public, bridging tradition with a commitment to charitable endeavors. From its lofty towers to the gentle flow of the Thames, Windsor Castle invites exploration, blending breathtaking views with dynamic experiences that bring history to life. As the sun sets on another day, Windsor Castle casts a peaceful glow, welcoming all who wish to delve into its storied past while engaging with its rich heritage. With its majestic chapel standing as a symbol of faith and legacy, Windsor Castle embraces gatherings that celebrate community, creating cherished memories for all who visit. The grandeur of tradition shines brightly at Windsor Castle, where ceremonies honor the past, while community celebrations create a vibrant tapestry of modern life. High above Windsor Castle commands the landscape a reminder of its historical role, while heartfelt connections foster a spirit of generosity and community among its royal patrons. As the nights In the heart of early medieval Britain, Anglo-Saxon kings ruled with power and authority, but their daily lives were filled with both responsibilities and rituals as they navigated the complexities of leadership and survival in a world marked by warfare and feudal obligations. Each day began early for these monarchs, who would rise before dawn to oversee their lands and meet with advisors, ensuring that the kingdom remained prosperous and safe from rivals. War was ever present, and kings often took part in military drills, preparing their men for battle, while also fostering loyalty through shared experiences and the promise of rewards. Ceremonies were vital to the king's life, serving not only as a means to display authority, but also to cement loyalty among his subjects, as oaths of fealty were exchanged in grand traditions. Beyond battles and ceremonies, the life of an Anglo-Saxon king included moments of quiet contemplation and family time, where he would engage with learned advisors to discuss laws or share in the joys of family gatherings. Every victory came at a price, and the king would often find himself grappling with the harsh realities of leadership, weighing the glory of conquest against the heavy toll it took on his people and his own conscience. In moments of peace, the king would venture into the heart of his kingdom, mingling with the common folk, listening to their concerns and participating in the vibrant life that flourished under his rule. Even the mightiest kings found solace in prayer, seeking guidance and strength, while also navigating the intricate web of alliances that defined their reigns and shaped the future of their kingdoms. In the courtroom, the king was not just a ruler, but a judge and mediator, skillfully balancing the interests of his nobles while ensuring that justice was upheld for all subjects. Joyful occasions were crucial for fostering loyalty and unity among the kingdom's inhabitants, as the king celebrated victories, honored traditions, and strengthened the bond with his people through shared festivities. The responsibilities of kingship often led to moments of reflection, where the Anglo-Saxon king contemplated both the beauty and challenges of his realm, understanding that every decision could shape the future of his people. As threats emerged on the horizon, the king's resolve was tested, gathering his bravest warriors to forge plans that would safeguard their way of life and uphold the honor of their kingdom. In the throes of battle, the king transformed from ruler to warrior, fighting alongside his men, driven by a deep sense of duty to protect his land and earn the loyalty of those who fought bravely at his side. In the quiet that followed the chaos, the king was reminded of the heavy toll of leadership, honoring the memories of those lost and vowing to carry their legacy forward in the days to come. In the face of adversity, the king rallied his people, inspiring them to come together, reinforcing the belief that through collaboration and shared purpose, they could rebuild and strengthen their kingdom. With each new day, the king envisioned a brighter future, fostering growth and resilience among his people, understanding that preparation and unity would be key to enduring whatever challenges lay ahead. Celebrations of abundance were moments of joy for the king, who believed in sharing not just the bounty, but also the spirit of togetherness that nourished both body and soul within his realm. After the mighty Roman Empire withdrew from Britain in the early 5th century, the land was left vulnerable. From across the North Sea, Germanic tribes, the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, began their migrations. These weren't simply invasions, they were a complex movement of peoples seeking new lands and opportunities, driven by factors like climate shifts and political unrest. They settled not as a single force, but as distinct groups, gradually carving out their own territories. As the Angles and Saxons gathered strength, they forged bonds and shared dreams of a better future. Around flickering campfires, they spoke of their lands beyond the sea and what awaited them in this new world. In the following years, villages began to take shape, marking the beginning of a vibrant new culture. With each passing season, the settlements thrived and life blossomed amid challenges. Families worked side by side, cultivating the land and building strong ties within their community. A Saxon chieftain emerged as a leader, inspiring loyalty and hope for a prosperous future. As these kingdoms took shape, they began to define their identities, each emerging with its unique strengths and ambitions. Northumbria stood as an intellectual powerhouse, while Mercia flexed its military might. Wessex aimed for dominance, and East Anglia showcased fertile lands ripe for agriculture. Conflicts arose as ambition fueled rivalries, with Mercia often engaging in fierce battles to assert its dominance. Yet, amid the chaos of war, moments of diplomacy emerged where leaders sought peace and understanding through fragile alliances. In the heart of these kingdoms, powerful leaders rose, commanding respect and loyalty. The Saxon kings cultivated wealth and influence, with thriving markets emerging as centers of trade and culture, blending diverse customs and ideas. Amidst the power struggles and battles, moments of joy and celebration flourished. Great halls echoed with laughter during feasts, where warriors and nobles came together to honor their shared victories and bonds. Meanwhile, in the quiet corners of Northumbria, dedicated scholars diligently preserved knowledge, paving the way for future generations. The artistic legacy of Anglo-Saxon culture thrived through the creation of illuminated manuscripts, where each carefully crafted page told tales of heroism and faith. Simultaneously, skilled artisans like blacksmiths and jewelers shaped metal into exquisite pieces, blending function with beauty and enriching their communities. The arrival of Christianity transformed Anglo-Saxon society, infusing it with new spiritual and cultural dimensions as communities congregated in newly built churches. In these spaces, women found their voices as influential figures, participating in both domestic life and community affairs, quietly shaping the moral fabric of their families and beyond. The influence of women extended into spiritual realms, with abbesses leading their communities and fostering education among nuns. At the same time, free men gathered in open fields to voice their concerns and deliberate on laws embodying the democratic spirit that defined their social structure. King Ethelbert's baptism marked a defining moment in England's religious transformation, as he embraced Christianity and rallied his people towards faith. Meanwhile, King Alfred the Great stood bravely on the battlefield, his leadership inspiring hope and resilience as he defended his kingdom from relentless Viking invasions. King Alfred the Great not only defended his realm, but also championed education, fostering a renaissance of learning that would shape generations. Later, Aethelstan emerged as a unifying force, regarded as the first true king of England, weaving together diverse factions into a coherent nation. The Battle of Hastings marked a decisive moment, as William the Conqueror's forces clashed with the valiant Anglo-Saxon defenders, altering the course of English history. In the aftermath, the Domesday Book emerged as a crucial document, meticulously recording land ownership and social hierarchies that remained from the Anglo-Saxon era, intertwining with new Norman influences. In the heart of an Anglo-Saxon village, the marketplace thrived, filled with merchants trading essential goods that reflected the community's lively spirit. Inside the Grand Hall, a festive gathering unfolded, where warriors and nobles shared stories of triumph, emphasizing the bonds forged through shared experiences and the rich cultural tapestry of the time. The ancient epic poem Beowulf captivated audiences, as it was recited by a bard, embodying the oral traditions that preserved history and values of the Anglo-Saxon people. Meanwhile, exquisite jewelry pieces revealed the remarkable craftsmanship of the time, symbolizing not just wealth, but also the artistry and cultural identity that flourished during this pivotal era. A band of fierce Anglo-Saxon warriors stood tall on the hilltop, embodying the bravery and loyalty that defined their bond with the land they fought to protect. Meanwhile, ancient runes carved into stone tablets connected them to a rich linguistic tradition, laying the foundation for the English language we know today. This is the story of Queen Elizabeth II, a woman who witnessed the twilight of the British Empire, a time when the world shifted dramatically around her as she navigated her role as a monarch. As she walked through the majestic halls of Buckingham Palace, Queen Elizabeth II felt the weight of her responsibilities growing heavier, while outside the world around her began to transform in surprising ways. Each royal event became a reflection of her reign filled with both hope and uncertainty, as nations began to claim their independence from a once mighty empire. Engaging with citizens from former colonies, Queen Elizabeth II demonstrated her dedication to fostering relationships, even as the sun began to set on an empire that had shaped much of the world. In a pivotal meeting with her advisors, Queen Elizabeth II contemplated the future of the Commonwealth, seeking to find strength and solidarity in a world that was rapidly evolving. With a sense of nostalgia, Queen Elizabeth II traced the globe, reminiscing about the diverse nations shaped by the empire, while recognizing the importance of unity and progress moving forward. At the Commonwealth Summit, Queen Elizabeth II inspired her audience with a vision of cooperation and unity, believing that together they could build a brighter future for all nations. As she met with young leaders from around the world, Queen Elizabeth II offered guidance and encouragement, believing that the future lay in the hands of the new generation. In a quiet moment at Windsor Castle, Queen Elizabeth II found solace among the blooming flowers, contemplating her legacy and the enduring spirit of the Commonwealth. Attending a youth conference focused on global challenges, Queen Elizabeth II listened with intent, recognizing the importance of empowering the next generation to face a complex world. At a charity event, Queen Elizabeth II demonstrated her genuine compassion, connecting with those in need and reminding everyone of the tremendous impact of collective effort. During a solemn memorial service, Queen Elizabeth II spoke with heartfelt sincerity, honoring the sacrifices made by countless individuals in the pursuit of freedom and democracy. As Queen Elizabeth II engaged with scientists and innovators, her interest in technological advancements highlighted her belief in the power of innovation to shape a better world. While attending a cultural exhibition, Queen Elizabeth II celebrated the diverse traditions and artistry that represent the rich tapestry of the Commonwealth. During a royal visit to a local school, Queen Elizabeth II connected with the children, her joyful laughter echoing as they exchanged heartfelt gifts and stories. In an effort to promote sustainability, Queen Elizabeth II engaged with farmers, physically connecting with the earth and highlighting the importance of caring for the environment for generations to come. At a grand state banquet, Queen Elizabeth II mingled with diplomats, reflecting on the importance of international relationships and the shared responsibility of fostering peace and cooperation. From the balcony of Buckingham Palace, Queen Elizabeth II took a moment to reflect on the beauty of her surroundings, embodying a sense of continuity and connection to nature. The Anglo-Saxons spoke Old English, a Germanic language that is the ancestor of modern English. They had a rich tradition of oral poetry, with Beowulf being the most famous surviving example. They used a runic alphabet called Futhorc for inscriptions, though literacy later increased with the adoption of the Latin alphabet. Many Old English texts were religious, including translations of the Bible and works by authors like Cedmon and Cynewulf. Cedmon, a significant figure among the Anglo-Saxons, was known for his divine visions that inspired his sacred poetry. Cynewulf, another notable poet, contributed greatly to the Old English literary tradition with his unique style and themes. The cultural landscape of the Anglo-Saxons was deeply influenced by their traditions, blending pagan roots with emerging Christian beliefs. Discussions about morality and heroism were common among the Anglo-Saxons, reflecting their values through the lens of their literature. Leaders like King Alfred the Great played a pivotal role in promoting literacy and the translation of texts influencing culture and education. The construction of burhs was crucial for defense, as these fortified towns helped protect communities from Viking raids. Life within the burhs was vibrant, with training among the thanes, celebrations, and a strong sense of community resilience. The Witan, comprised of noblemen and advisors, was essential in guiding kings on important decisions affecting the kingdom. Crowning ceremonies highlighted the importance of leadership, as the king's authority was sanctioned by both the Witan and the will of the people. Community and family were central to Anglo-Saxon life, as shared meals and storytelling strengthened bonds within their society. The mead hall served as a social and political hub, where feasting and camaraderie fortified alliances and celebrated victories. Hospitality was a key aspect of Anglo-Saxon culture, as guests were welcomed into homes and halls with open arms and a hearty meal. The craftsmanship of Anglo-Saxon blacksmiths was essential for providing warriors with the tools needed to protect their communities. Farming was the backbone of Anglo-Saxon society, as agriculture provided sustenance and shaped their way of life. The introduction of Christianity brought new spiritual practices and brought communities together in worship and learning. Missionaries played a vital role in spreading Christianity, leading to significant changes in beliefs and practices among the Anglo-Saxon people. Monasteries became centers of learning and preservation, as monks dedicated their lives to education and the transcription of sacred texts. The markets outside monasteries thrived as centers of commerce, offering a place for the exchange of goods and ideas between different communities. Storytelling was a cherished tradition, as oral histories passed down through generations connected people to their ancestry and culture. The work of scribes was crucial in preserving knowledge and literature, as they meticulously copied texts to share wisdom across generations. The looming threat of Viking raids cast a shadow over Anglo-Saxon life, prompting communities to fortify their defenses and unite against potential invasions. Preparation for Viking invasions brought communities together as leaders strategized and rallied their people for defense against potential threats. Victorious battles against the Vikings instilled a sense of pride and unity among the Anglo-Saxon people, transforming mead halls into centers of celebration and storytelling. Agriculture was the backbone of Anglo-Saxon society, providing sustenance and stability as families cultivated the land across the rural countryside. Feasting in mead halls served not only as a celebration of bountiful harvests, but also as an opportunity to reinforce community bonds through shared stories and traditions. The artistry of metalwork flourished during this era, as skilled craftsmen created stunning pieces that showcased both wealth and cultural identity. The transition from wooden structures to magnificent stone churches marked a significant evolution in architecture, reflecting the growing importance of Christianity in Anglo-Saxon life. Illuminated manuscripts became masterpieces of art, combining religious devotion with creative expression, as monks crafted intricate designs inspired by nature and mythology. Daily life revolved around farming as families worked together to cultivate their land, passing down agricultural knowledge through generations. Burial practices reflected the beliefs of the Anglo-Saxon people, where grave goods were carefully chosen to accompany the deceased on their journey into the afterlife. Clothing in Anglo-Saxon society varied greatly by status, ranging from simple woolen tunics to luxurious garments adorned with intricate details, reflecting individual identity and community roles. Family and kinship were at the heart of Anglo-Saxon life, where gatherings around the hearth strengthened bonds and fostered a sense of belonging within the community. Festivals and communal celebrations highlighted the importance of kinship and culture, providing opportunities for families to come together, strengthen ties and pass down cherished traditions. The political landscape of Anglo-Saxon society was structured around hierarchies, where kings and nobles played significant roles in governance and community stability. The threat of conflict defined daily life for many Anglo-Saxons, as warriors stood ready to protect their families and land. The Golden Age of Elizabeth II marked a significant turning point for Britain, a period rich with growth and pivotal choices that would shape the nation's future. As the nation navigated post-war recovery, Queen Elizabeth II stood at the helm, guiding her people through significant transformations that defined an era. The industrial boom brought prosperity as communities embraced change, and the Queen's dedication to her role strengthened the bond between the monarchy and the British people. The coronation ignited a wave of enthusiasm across the nation, heralding a new chapter in history, while Britain grappled with its place on the global stage. Amidst these pivotal choices, the 1960s emerged as a decade of cultural renaissance where traditional landscapes met the rhythm of innovation and youthful spirit. As the winds of change swept through the country, the voices of the young became increasingly prominent, championing social causes and redefining the nation's values. During this time, the monarchy embraced a more modern identity, while Britain navigated complex global relations, striving for unity amidst uncertainty. The Queen's personal touch resonated with her people, reinforcing her image as a beacon of hope, while the nation grappled with its responsibilities on the world stage. As Britain entered the twilight of the 20th century, the landscape transformed, yet the Queen's unwavering presence provided a sense of continuity and reassurance in challenging times. In this evolving landscape, the voices of unity and progress became louder, echoing the need for inclusivity and the promise of a brighter future for all Britons. The Jubilee celebrations marked a milestone of service and dedication as the Queen continued to inspire generations, fostering hope and connection across the nation. As new generations embraced royal traditions, the monarchy adapted to contemporary values, embodying a bridge between history and the evolving identity of Britain. In times of reflection and celebration, the Queen's words resonated deeply, reinforcing the importance of unity and shared values in a richly diverse society. Through moments of loss and activism, the spirit of the British people shone brightly as they rallied together to honour their past and advocate for a better tomorrow. As the world faced unprecedented challenges, the Queen championed the urgency of collaboration, inspiring both leaders and young minds to forge pathways towards a sustainable future. In moments of serenity and celebration of creativity, the essence of community flourished, reminding everyone of the simple joys that bind people together across generations. As the Queen engaged with those who shaped history, the spirit of gratitude and celebration echoed throughout the nation, creating lasting memories and connections among its people. In a world increasingly connected through technology and creativity, the dialogue between past and future resonated, fostering hope and innovation among the youth of the Commonwealth. In the heart of England, where centuries-old stories linger, lies the fascinating world of the Anglo-Saxons, a people whose legacy is woven into the very fabric of history. As we step into this time period, we uncover their remarkable achievements, from skilled craftsmanship to unique traditions that shaped their society. The tension between the Anglo-Saxons and Viking invaders provides a gripping backdrop as battles for land and power unfolded along the coasts. Amidst these conflicts, the Anglo-Saxons held deep spiritual beliefs reflected in their art and the sacred sites they created throughout the land. The mead halls served as the heart of community life, where tales of valor and camaraderie were shared over hearty feasts, preserving the oral traditions of their culture. Trade flourished within these communities as markets bustled with activity, highlighting the economic prowess and social connections of the Anglo-Saxon people. As life came to an end, the Anglo-Saxons honoured their dead with elaborate burial rituals, reflecting a rich tapestry of belief systems that intertwined over time. The rise of Christianity introduced new architectural styles and beliefs, marking a shift in the spiritual landscape that would forever change the Anglo-Saxon world. Celebrations filled with music, dance and feasting were integral to their culture, uniting communities and strengthening bonds through shared joy and heritage. Leadership during this era was marked by strength and wisdom, as kings upheld justice through established laws that governed the lives of their people. Agriculture played a crucial role in their survival, as families cultivated the land and crafted beautiful textiles that expressed their identity and heritage. The saga of the Anglo-Saxons is one of conflict and migration, as they navigated challenges and opportunities while establishing their presence across the British Isles. Everyday life flourished along the waterways where families gathered for work and play, connecting them to both nature and commerce in their bustling communities. The influence of Christianity began to reshape their beliefs and customs, leading to significant transformations in personal faith and community rituals. Trade networks blossomed during this period, as merchants exchanged valuable goods, enriching communities and fostering connections across regions. Community gatherings were filled with stories and traditions, as storytellers preserved their history and values through captivating tales shared around the warmth of the fire. Life events such as weddings were celebrated with great joy and devotion, marking important milestones that were enriched by faith and cultural practices. Feasting and fellowship exemplified the strength of their social bonds as communities gathered in celebration of both the bounties of life and their enduring faith. Scotland and England evolved as unique kingdoms, each developing its own rich culture and intricate political framework. In the heart of Scotland, communities thrived, contributing to a vibrant society through traditions, music and art, while England established a structured political system that influenced governance across its territories. Scottish clans held strong ties to their heritage, celebrating with music and dance, creating a sense of unity as English nobility maneuvered through intricate political landscapes, forging alliances that shaped their kingdom. The majestic castles of Scotland served as symbols of power and resilience, while the idyllic English countryside fostered a sense of community each embodying the unique character of their respective regions. Festivals in Scotland brought communities together filled with joy and tradition, whereas England's intellectual pursuits flourished in its libraries, shaping thoughts and policies that would influence the future. The peaceful lochs of Scotland offered a refuge and inspiration for artists and poets, while the lively market squares of England served as hubs of trade and interaction, highlighting the economic vitality of its towns. The breathtaking sunsets in the Highlands inspired countless adventurers to explore their wildness, while the majestic cathedrals of England stood as monuments of faith, drawing people together in reverence and community. The sound of the bagpipes echoed through the hills, a reminder of Scotland's rich cultural heritage, while the English Tea Party represented a tradition of social elegance, fostering conversation and connection among its attendees. In the heart of Scotland, children's laughter filled the meadows as they embraced their traditions, while in England, the warmth of family gatherings around the fireplace created lasting memories and bonds. The lively marketplaces in Scotland thrived on community interaction and creativity, while quaint English bookshops offered a sanctuary for those seeking comfort in stories and learning. The breathtaking mountains of Scotland awakened a sense of wonder and adventure as the tranquil rivers of England provided a serene backdrop for leisurely exploration and reflection. The joyous Cayley celebrations united friends and families through dance, while the meticulously designed gardens of England invited all to revel in the splendour of nature's artistry. The enduring presence of castles in Scotland spoke of centuries of history and resilience, while the lively village squares in England celebrated community spirit and the joys of local craftsmanship. The scenic beauty of the Isle of Skye captivated all who visited, while the inviting atmosphere of English pubs offered a gathering place for friends to share laughter and enjoy good food. The vibrant festivals in Scotland celebrated cultural pride and unity, while the historic presence of Big Ben symbolised the timeless elegance and allure of England's capital. The peaceful lochs of Scotland offered a serene escape into nature. Scotland's origins trace back to the Kingdom of Alba in the 9th century, a time of emerging identities where clans began to forge their destinies in the rugged Highlands. In this era, fierce tribes roamed the land battling against invaders and uniting under the banner of leaders who sought to establish a kingdom that would shape the future. Amidst these struggles, legends were born, stories of bravery and mythical beasts that would become woven into the very fabric of Scottish identity. As clans gathered, they forged alliances and rivalries, each clan's unique traditions and stories, adding depth to Scotland's evolving culture. The arrival of Christianity during the 6th century marked a significant turning point, as missionaries like St. Columba spread faith and education, influencing the hearts and minds of the people. With the establishment of monasteries came the preservation of history, as scribes documented laws and tales, giving rise to a literate society brimming with culture and commerce. As tensions rose, Scotland became a battleground for power, where clans clashed fiercely in pursuit of freedom and control over their land. The Battle of Bannockburn in 1314 marked a defining moment as the courage of figures like Sir William Wallace inspired generations to fight for their sovereignty. Robert the Bruce emerged as a symbol of resistance, uniting the clans under a common banner and igniting the fire of nationalism that would echo through the centuries. The Declaration of Arbroath encapsulated the spirit of a nation as noblemen affirmed their right to sovereignty and set the stage for future generations' fight for freedom. As Scotland evolved, so did its traditions and hardships, with vibrant celebrations contrasting against the profound challenges of the Highland clearances that uprooted countless families. In the heart of Scotland, cities like Edinburgh emerged as beacons of culture, where the echoes of history are celebrated through music, dance, and the enduring spirit of community. The Scottish Enlightenment sparked a wave of intellectual growth as thinkers engaged in spirited discussions that laid the groundwork for modern philosophy and science. From ancient artifacts like the Stone of Scone to the lively performances at the Edinburgh Festival, Fringe Scotland's identity is a rich blend of tradition and contemporary expression. Loch Ness, steeped in legends, invites curiosity, while Highland Games proudly showcase the enduring strength and cultural pride of the Scottish people. The Isle of Skye captivates with its natural beauty, while the iconic Highland cows reflect the rich agricultural heritage that defines the rural heart of Scotland. Scotland's history unfolds like a map marked by significant events and cultural treasures, while its distilleries continue to craft the whiskey that is celebrated worldwide. England was formed as a unified kingdom in the 10th century, a significant turning point that marked the consolidation of several Anglo-Saxon kingdoms into one strong nation. As towns flourished and governance structures developed, the cultural and political landscape of England began to change, influencing trade law and society. The establishment of a common language and shared history through texts like the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle fostered a sense of identity among the people of England. In response to Viking invasions, the newly unified England fortified its defences and rallied its armies, showcasing the resilience and determination of its people. With enhanced trade routes and infrastructure, the economy of England began to grow, leading to a period of stability and flourishing communities. The unification brought not only military strength, but also intellectual growth, as scholars and leaders sought to improve governance and enrich the culture of England. As the monarchy solidified its power, monumental structures like the Tower of London emerged, becoming icons of authority in the realm of politics and society. Religion played a crucial role in unifying the people, as grand cathedrals became centers of community life where faith and culture intertwined. Amidst the challenges, treaties like the Treaty of Winchester were forged, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy and cooperation in maintaining peace within the kingdom. Festivals and tournaments became popular spectacles, bringing communities together and celebrating the valor and chivalry that defined the new English identity. The establishment of a centralized monarchy led to a new era of governance, where the crown became a symbol of unity and strength for all of England. The flourishing economy during this period led to a rise in local craftsmanship and trade, bringing people together in shared experiences and commerce. Royal marriages were significant events that not only celebrated love, but also strengthened alliances between powerful families, further shaping the political landscape of England. The kingdom thrived under a system of councils, where nobles played a crucial role in advising the monarch, demonstrating the balance between power and cooperation in governance. As agriculture flourished, the peaceful rural landscapes became the backbone of the economy, sustaining communities and ensuring a steady food supply for the growing population. Adventurous voyages began to open new trade routes, sparking curiosity and ambition among merchants, eager to explore foreign lands and cultures. The ports became vibrant hubs of activity, where diverse cultures converged, and the exchange of goods transformed both local economies and lifestyles. The pursuit of knowledge flourished, as scholars dedicated themselves to studying various disciplines, preserving history, and advancing the intellectual landscape of society. Roman influence was more pronounced in England than in Scotland. The thriving Roma trade centres in England attracted people from all walks of life, creating a diverse society. The luxurious villas housed affluent Romans who lived opulent lifestyles, leaving a lasting mark on English culture. These bathhouses became social hubs where communities gathered to relax and discuss important matters. Festivals were lively events that showcased Roman traditions and unity among the people in England. These temples stood as symbols of Roman belief systems, blending seamlessly with local cultures in England. The disciplined legions enforced peace and order, ensuring the safety and stability of Roman territories in England. The amphitheatre became a cultural centerpiece where art and drama flourished under Roman patronage. These roads facilitated trade and movement, connecting communities and enhancing economic prosperity throughout Roman England. Coins became a vital part of daily life, symbolizing wealth and trade that flourished under Roman influence in England. Provincial capitals thrived as centers of administration and culture, reflecting the complexities of Roman society in England. Festivals filled towns with music and revelry, reinforcing the bonds of community within the Roman framework of English life. Murals became a way to narrate the shared experiences of Romans and locals, blending stories into the fabric of English culture. The opulence of villas showcased the wealth accumulated during the Roman era, reflecting both power and cultural exchange in England. Military exercises not only prepared soldiers, but also entertained the public, reinforcing the might of the Roman army in England. Marketplaces buzzed with activity, where cultural exchanges enriched lives and broadened horizons under Roman influence in England. Triumphal arches commemorated victories, serving as constant reminders of Rome's power and presence in English society. Banquets exemplified the grandeur of Roman social life, where feasting and conversation solidified bonds among the elite in England. Street performances brought history to life, engaging citizens in the shared narrative of Roman achievements in England. Construction sites were a testament to Roman engineering, ensuring that their innovations left a lasting impact on the infrastructure of England. Amphitheatres became arenas of excitement, where the thrill of competition brought communities together under the watchful eye of Roman authority in England. Mosaics captivated visitors, reflecting the artistic excellence that flourished within Roman public spaces in England. Parade festivities were a lively expression of devotion, preserving the rich tapestry of Roman culture in the heart of England. Temples stood as landmarks of faith, drawing citizens together to celebrate their beliefs within the Roman influence in England. Villas served as symbols of status, reflecting the lifestyle of affluent Romans who shaped the landscape of England. Scotland has a rich history intertwined with the United Kingdom, yet discussions about its independence continue to ignite passionate debates among its people. In cosy pubs across Scotland, residents passionately share their opinions on whether Scotland should chart its own course or remain united with the UK. The Scottish Parliament stands as a symbol of regional governance, where citizens gather to debate their future and the possibility of independence. Echoes of history resonate through the landscapes where battles were fought, reminding Scots of their enduring fight for self-determination. Cultural celebrations bring communities together, fostering pride and connection to Scotland's rich heritage, while conversations about independence flourish among generations. The stunning vistas of Scotland reflect its beauty and potential, as citizens actively participate in shaping their future through grassroots movements and discussions. Everyday life in Scotland thrives as communities support local enterprises, while the youth engage in spirited discussions about their nation's future. As the sun sets on the enchanting landscapes of Scotland, the call for independence resonates through rallies where citizens unite for their vision of freedom. The echoes of historical declarations continue to inspire present-day activists, reminding Scots of their enduring pursuit of self-governance and unity. In the heart of the Highlands village, life flourishes, reminding everyone that the future of Scotland is not only shaped by politics, but also by the dreams of its youth. In gatherings that celebrate heritage, individuals foster connections that strengthen their resolve while embracing the promise of a united future for Scotland. Art and journalism play crucial roles in Scotland's narrative, igniting conversations that shape opinions and fuel aspirations for independence. By the calming shores, individuals reflect on their aspirations for independence, while public discourse flourishes in town squares where collective voices seek to be heard. As dawn breaks over the breathtaking landscapes of Scotland, young voices rise in unison, advocating for a future they believe can be forged through independence. Walking amidst Scotland's natural beauty, activists unite in solidarity, embodying the strength and spirit that drives their quest for self-determination. In quiet contemplation, wisdom flows through the pages of history, while spirited discussions in local pubs echo the vibrant democratic spirit that defines Scotland. Through the rhythm of dance and the power of collaboration, communities come together, weaving cultural ties that strengthen their resolve for a brighter, independent Scotland. As the sun sets over the serene landscape, creativity ignites within communities, fueling their enthusiasm for change and a shared vision of independence. Standing firm against the elements, Scotland's castles remind everyone of the strength of their past, while diverse voices at town meetings pave the way for a unified future. Amidst the dramatic landscapes of the Isle of Skye, artistic expressions flourish, capturing the essence of Scotland's identity and its aspirations for a self-determined future. In festive gatherings that celebrate heritage, laughter fills the air while families nurture aspirations for freedom and a prosperous future in Scotland. As local markets thrive on tradition and creativity, the youth emerge as voices of change, ready to engage in meaningful discussions that will shape Scotland's tomorrow. In the peaceful Highlands, the simplicity of rural life inspires connection among friends, illuminating their shared hopes for a Scotland forged by collective dreams and aspirations. Throughout the lively streets of Edinburgh, creativity erupts, linking the arts to the essence of Scottish identity as citizens celebrate their history while looking ahead. While the enchanting Highlands beckon explorers with their beauty, local gatherings ignite the spirit of activism, uniting communities in the pursuit of a brighter future. As dawn breaks over the tranquil coast, The wisdom of the past flows through conversations among generations, reminding everyone of the resilience that has shaped Scotland's history. In the heart of the city, colour and culture blend seamlessly, while the hands of many unite in nurturing the earth, embodying hope for a sustainable future enriched by tradition. The breathtaking landscapes of the Isle of Skye inspire an unwavering spirit of adventure as the youth rally passionately demanding an accountable response to the pressing challenges of our time. Within the cosy confines of rural communities, tradition blooms in vibrant colours, and the rhythmic dance of a Saillie echoes the joyous heartbeats of a culture that cherishes its roots. As the sun sets over the mysterious waters of Loch Ness, stories of mythical creatures ignite the imagination of the younger generation, weaving together the past and future in a tapestry of folklore. The enduring presence of ancient castles stands as a beacon of Scotland's rich history, while the fresh ideas of students signal a promising future driven by innovation and environmental awareness. As autumn unfolds its colourful splendour across the Highlands, friendships bloom in warm spaces where visions for a greener tomorrow take root, fostering community spirit and collaboration. In the heart of nature's embrace, the allure of adventure beckons, while laughter in local parks reminds everyone of the simple joys that nurture friendships and build lasting. Scotland and England's history is a blend of strife and alliance. Early divisions like Hadrian's Wall set the stage. Medieval wars, notably Scottish independence, fueled animosity. 1603's Union of Crowns saw a shared monarch but separate states. 1707's Acts of Union merged parliaments, forming Great Britain, yet Scottish identity endured. Jacobite risings and modern independence debates reflect ongoing tensions. Despite this shared governance, cultural exchange and a combined role in the British Empire mark periods of cooperation. The early medieval period saw the rise of distinct kingdoms with the Scots in the north and various Anglo-Saxon kingdoms in the south. Viking raids further complicated the political landscape. The Norman conquest of England in 1066 had indirect but significant impacts on Scotland, as it led to increased interactions and conflicts between the two regions. Religious developments also played a role with the Scottish Reformation, diverging from the English Reformation. The 17th century saw the English Civil War and the subs. David Crowther's journey through the captivating history of England unfolds as he stands before eager learners, bringing to life tales of kings, queens, and monumental events that shaped the nation. As the lesson progresses, curiosity ignites among the students, prompting them to engage more deeply with the fascinating stories that weave England's past. Outside the classroom, David Crowther takes his passion for history to the next level, demonstrating how historical events are not just facts, but living stories that resonate through reenactments. In a quiet library setting, David Crowther shares his extensive knowledge, shedding light on the overlooked heroes and events that shape the course of English history. During a dynamic seminar, David Crowther captivates a diverse crowd, igniting their interest with compelling stories that spark spirited discussions on England's rich heritage. In a collaborative environment, David Crowther engages in lively debates with peers, each conversation bringing new insights into the intricate tapestry of England's history. The development of English surnames unfolded gradually, driven by evolving societal needs. Prior to the Norman conquest of 1066, simple personal names sufficed. However, as England's population grew and social structures became more complex, the need for clearer identification arose. The Norman influence accelerated this process with the Domesday Book, providing early evidence of evolving naming conventions. By the 14th and 15th centuries, hereditary surnames became firmly established. These names fell into distinct categories. Occupational, reflecting a person's trade like smith or baker. Locational, indicating where someone lived, such as hill or wood. Patronymic, derived from a father's name, as in Johnson. Descriptive, based on physical or personal traits like brown or short. The standardization of surnames was aided by factors like increased record-keeping, including parish registers and tax lists. Social hierarchies also played a role, with the nobility leading the way in adopting hereditary names. Thus, the history of